Let's get into this rooted yoga sequence, starting with the sun salutation, inhaling up, exhaling into a forward fold. Next, inhale, we take our hands to our shins and have a flat back. Exhale back into a forward fold. You can grab your elbows and bob from side to release tension in your lower back. You can also shake your head no to release tension in your neck. Another flat back, hands on shins, and then we're gonna pull ourselves in closer to our legs before walking forward into a plank position. I like to rock back and forth on my toes to wake up my entire body before shifting into a cobra. Next exhale, we look over our right shoulder, inhale up, exhale, look over the left. Re-engage the tips of your toes to push back into downward facing dog, looking in between our legs and letting our head hang as much as possible before we walk our hands back up into the forward fold. I'm also moving my wrists in a circular motion to wake those up, and flicking my fingers as well before very slowly, one vertebrae at a time, making my way up to a standing position. Now we're gonna do the B version, the second version of the sun salutation, with chair pose and a twist. As if you're sitting in a chair, reaching up into the sky and then twisting over so that your elbow and your knee are connected and looking up. I like to challenge myself, so I came up on my tippy toes in chair pose. You can give it a try if you like. And then we're gonna fold over, bringing our chest close to our thighs, grabbing the back of our legs wherever we can. Straighten those legs out. And then we're gonna grab, with both of our hands, grab the right leg and bring our body closer to it, and then grab the left leg for a really gentle forward folded side bend. Then we're gonna walk it out into the plank. And now we're gonna do some side plank push-ups, okay? So you're gonna bring your foot underneath the other one to the side and do a push-up like that. Or you could do a regular push-up. It's totally up to you. This is called Sphinx pose. Exhale down and then up into cobra. This is working out your lower back a little bit. Exhale back down. And now we're doing seal pose with the tips of our fingers on the earth and our hands spread out wider. Next, I'm gonna do a half of a frog pose and push up into cobra, releasing all that tension in the lower back. This is great if you stand up all the time at work. And back down. And next we're going to do a little bit of cat and cow. Inhaling, arching the back and looking up. Exhaling, rounding out the shoulders and looking down. I like to make this into a circular flow, so it's not like a stagnant one pose at a time kind of thing. And you can kind of incorporate some neck rolls into this as well. Make sure that you repeat this movement in both directions. And then we're gonna come up into downward dog again. I'm walking out the dog by alternating which leg is bent before inhaling my right leg up into the air, bending the right knee, and then pulling it in 3 times to get a little bit of core engagement with my core. Now we're gonna do that again. Y'all see me struggling in the sand. Left leg up, knee bent. The 3 times that I pull it, I'm pulling it into the left elbow, then into my nose, and then into the right elbow. It's like a downward dog crunch kind of thing. And now I'm grabbing my left leg with my right hand in downward facing dog. This is a very gentle twist, but it's really great for your spine. Up next is dolphin pose, where your forearms are on the ground and you walk your hands as close to your body as you can and tippy toe on up. And then we'll come back up into downward facing dog. And then very slowly walk your hands back to forward fold. And then come back up into chair pose again. And now we've done our beautiful warm-up. So next we're gonna do a balancing flow. We're gonna start in tree pose, and there's variations for this. You see me with my foot on my inner thigh, but you can also have it on your shin or partially on the ground, partially on your shin. Just make sure that your foot is never on your knee. Hands to heart center, breathing into our own stability and finding grounding here. And then we're gonna do a four-legged pose. Well, I know it's called four pose because your leg looks like a four, literally. And then you bend down into it. Next, we're gonna pull our knee into our chest. The goal in this flow is to not let your leg drop. But if your leg drops, that's fine, baby. Just try one more time. What did Aaliyah say? Dust yourself off and try again. If you want to challenge yourself, you can pull the leg out to the side, and then you're gonna grab the toe and extend that leg. Notice that I bring my arm up as well to, find some balance in my own body. Also, whenever we're doing balance, it's good to engage your core. So from that extended leg, we're gonna pull the leg back and then pull forward and continue to pull the leg back. This is a dancer pose right here. See how far you can go. Balance is all about your personal relationship with the earth, honestly. So spread your toes, and we're gonna do the same thing on the other side. Hands to heart center, taking deep breaths in, seeing yourself as stable and grounded so that you can flow through this and also flow through life. And then we're gonna bring the legs over, bend down, like you're in a seat. That's the goal, like as if you're taking a seat. Pull the leg in. You can choose to point or flex the toe. Honestly, everybody's different. And then see how as I'm bringing one leg out to the side, I'm bringing the arm out to the side as well. Then when you're bringing the leg up, you bring the arm up. Everything in your body has its natural way of balance, and all you have to do is really listen to your body. Then we're gonna bring it down. Ooh, see what I'm saying? Sometimes it's not always perfect, but you gotta still try. Pull forward, engage your core. And next we're going to jump into goddess pose. This is a great pose right here. Your chest is open, your hips are open, your arms are open. The whole point of goddess is to be ready to receive all the beautiful blessings that your soul deserves. If you want to challenge yourself, you can get on your tippy toes in this one. And then we're going to bring our hands back to heart center, prayer mudra. And next I want us to take some nice twists in this goddess pose. So bend one shoulder down at a time and look back, and then bend the other shoulder down and look back. And next we're gonna dive into like a bit of a squat here. So try to connect your elbows with the inner parts of your knees. Then we'll stand up into a wide-legged forward fold. And the key here is to definitely look between your legs, let your head hang, and try to pull your body as close to itself as you can. Be gentle with yourself, of course. We'll put one hand down on the ground and one hand up in the air, and follow that hand with your gaze. Then we'll switch hands. This is a really nice twist for the lower back. And also for the neck if you really follow that hand with your gaze. And then we're gonna pull into one side, essentially getting the spine completely warmed up while stretching out your legs, because this is a bit of a side body bend here. And now this is a nice little flow to relieve lower back pain. It's like a gentle twist. You can take it as fast or as slow as you want. I like to take it fast because I like to crack my back. So you can do that a few times. If you do that a minute every day, like, you will not have back pain, I promise you. I'm not a doctor, but I am a certified yoga instructor, and I approve this message. So put your hands on your shins for the inhale and down for the exhale. And then we're gonna come into a warrior flow. So one leg, the front leg is pointed forward, the back leg is perpendicular to that. We're gonna lean forward and then reverse the warrior. And then we're gonna come forward with the bind behind our backs for a humble warrior. And from there, we come down, bring our knee down into a low lunge. Gather up that energy of the sun and really lean forward. Place both hands on either side of the leg, and we're gonna do a half split to get the back of that leg warmed up as much as the top of it. The goal is to bring your head to your knee, but it's okay if you can't do that. Like, everybody is different. So this is lizard pose, and I absolutely love it. And then we're gonna come into a side lunge here. Focusing on our legs, getting connected to our root, and getting connected to the earth from which all power emanates. So we're gonna hit another squat here. And try to keep your heels on the floor in these squats. And then we're gonna lean over to the other side for that side lunge. Focused on the breath. We're gonna do lizard pose again. And the half split. Sweep those arms up for the low lunge. And then bring your arms back down so that you can come into your humble warrior with your chest parallel to the earth. Reverse warrior. This sand was, man. And then warrior one. Then we'll come into a wide leg position and hit triangle pose. This is star pose, taking up as much space as possible. And then over to the other side, another triangle. Now we're gonna grab our elbows and kind of bob up and down in this wide-legged forward fold. And then make our way to the earth for a seated wide leg forward fold. Grabbing your toes, your shins, your knees, whatever feels comforting. And next I want us to do a little bit of a swimmer's flow. So we'll inhale our arms up. Exhale, fold over our legs. Again, wherever you grab your legs is totally okay. But we're gonna start to do a little bit of a swim. So bringing our arms back, our gaze back, and matching our breath to our movements as well. Let's do this a few times at our own natural pace. And just feel your body's connection to the earth. Like, feel your seat on the earth. Hold that forward fold for a moment. Slowly come up one vertebrae at a time. And we're gonna, this is tree pose seated. and we're going to fold over the leg that's still extended. Hit the swimmer's pose one more time, and then we're going to do a side body bend. Take a deep breath here because your rib cage is expanded and your lungs have the capacity for deeper breaths in these type of side body bends. Then we'll bring that leg over the other one and notice the difference in the fold there with that added weight on top of the leg. We'll repeat this on the other side. And just take a nice deep breath here. Let your head hang down. You don't have to hold it up at all. If you're feeling any tension, like in your face or anything like that, let it go. You know, don't clench your jaw or anything. This is reverse tabletop. You can do push-ups in that position too if you want to get crazy. And this is just a way for us to engage our core a little bit more. The twists are a variation that you can choose to partake in or not. And you can also grab the back of your legs if you want to make it a little bit easier for yourself. Eventually we'll bring our feet down to the earth, and we're gonna kind of pretend like our knees are windshield wipers and swipe them from side to side. The entire lower bottom part of our bodies is like completely warmed up at this point and charged up, and that is the goal. So now we're gonna bring one leg over the other, pull it in and then to the side. This is really great for our spine. And then we'll do like a hugging our knees into our chest before switching. And kind of getting that stretch all in our glutes as well. Hug your knees into your chest again. And then we're going to end this with a little bit of breath work. Just deep breaths in. I want you with each breath to think of something that you're grateful for and to send love towards it, whether it's a person, a memory, a blessing that you might have, even just this practice and taking some time to yourself. Let each breath be deeper than the last, and let your gratitude continue to deepen your experience on this earth as well. Thank you for being a part of this virtual yoga class.